the Oswego Community Unit School District Board of Education meeting for April 8th, 2024. Can I have a roll call, please?
Mr. Cerrone?
Here.
Mr. Gatewood?
Present.
Ms. Johnson? Dr. Maria?
Present.
Mr. Plover?
Present.
Ms. Simulton?
Present.
Ms. Edna?
Present.
And our student ambassadors, Isabel Gershon and Luke Lockwood.
Present.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
All right, good evening. We are thrilled this evening to have a special recognition, and I'm going to invite Teresa Caminas to lead us through it.
If you could join us out here, please.
All right, let's go up.
All right, so this evening, the board is really proud to acknowledge the award-winning efforts of our students who receive state and/or national recognition for their school-related activities. And tonight, we're recognizing many individuals for their commitment and dedication to the 2023-2024 Special Olympics State Basketball Tournament, and Miss Jessica Wade, the Special Olympics Coordinator. So congratulations to the students from our Oswego. Yeah, you can give her a hand. And so congratulations first to our students from the Oswego Wildcats junior basketball team and coaches Michael Folsom and Leanne Treckenbrock. These students received a silver medal in the Junior Division III at the Illinois Special Olympics State Basketball Tournament. We're going to introduce them now.
Evelyn Brosnowski. Logan Lamas. Jacob Mock. Anthony Mueller. Ethan Nozalski. Logan Olson. Oliver Sanchez Guerin. Alden Schmidt. Andrew C. Everett Smoker. And Caleb Graham.
Okay, so athletes that your name was just called, if you would like to join your coaches right up here, we're going to take a special picture of you with our board, okay? All right, now we're going to congratulate the Oswego Wildcats high school basketball team and their coaches, Michael Folsom and Bill Confiliano, who earned a bronze medal in the Senior Division 5 category.
Colleen Clare. Damilola Apuntade. Liam Flaherty.
There you go.
Will Jarvis. Brandon Lavorne. Mateo Marasco. Ben Nuttall. Zach Petrowiak. Jacob Parita. Julissa Ramirez. Benny Robinson. Mila Stuckey. Divine Nagasong Tagyugim. And Keon Thomas.
Okay, we're going to do the same thing. So students, if you want to come on up here and get congratulated by our board and joined by your coaches, we're going to take a picture of you. Come on up.
Hey, I am taking my friend Milo Sucky either drop it off. Hey, do you remember me? What's your name? Well,
Julissa, come to the front. Oh. There you go, sweetie.
You guys put your signs like right here in front of your chest. Not on your face.
Right like this, guys. There you go.
See those faces.
There you go. Benny, turn yours around.
Okay, we're going to take one picture from up on the chin, okay?
Are we all doing big smiles again? Keon, put your sign down.
come on. Oh, funny.
Keon, come on.
Hey,
Keon, we want to see your smile.
funny right now.
Just for one picture.
There you go.
All right.
Perfect.
Good job, guys.
Okay. And finally tonight, we're going to congratulate the following individuals and their coaches, TJ Wade and Leanne Treckenbrock, who participated in the Special Olympics State Basketball Tournament, competing as individual skill competitors.
Lacey Sawatowski.
Gold medal.
Oh, yes, gold medal, Division I. Emma Sanchez Garan. Silver medal, Division I. And Andrew Bice, gold medal, Division M2.
Okay, we're going to do a picture of you guys if you want to make your way up here and your coaches. We're going to do a quick picture. Andrew, turn it around. There we go.
Smile, everyone. Thank you.
Okay, so we have one last celebration, and that's for the special people that are a big part of each and every one of these students' lives. And we just want to say thank you and congratulations to the coaches, teachers, parents, and families that are here. So thank you so much. Okay, that concludes our celebration for you all this evening. Feel free to go. We appreciate you coming out. Yep. But you're welcome to stay. And come back.
Covering the shots. Hi, Jacob. This is the progress of a report. No, not yet. Hi, Jacob.
I did.
I'm hoping it's ready tomorrow.
That's all I was thinking about.
Well, they haven't told me that it's that's the part I'm. It says repair in progress, so that should be the estimate pretty soon. My pen go. I know now. Oh, I know.
I stole your He told you. You were wondering where I went.
Who told you? Just go. I was joking, but because my allergies, my eyes don't start right. Say what? Awesome.
Special Olympics 1987. We had the National Special Olympics. I was just a little girl. I got to first legendary seasons, like
Me just
and we had the Miss America sitting with us. It was very, very awkward. When my first answering machine came
Yes, I agree.
Sergeant Schreiber and Mrs. Weston. I put 2 tapes in, pressed the buttons. It was like old packaging, but because I was the ambassador for the United States. And ever since, okay, right mind. Oh yeah. So I was having to say 39 years. Living your best life.
What's up next?
Public comment. There is none.
There is none? Oh, okay. We might see the final four tonight. No? Oh, chair.
Well, in a way, that's good.
Eugene.
Just there were a lot of people.
Have hope, brother.
Okay. We have no public comment, so we're going to move past 5.1 and go right into our superintendent report.
Superintendent report.
I have no comment, given that it's the final four this evening. In the spirit of brevity, y'all doing great, and have a great night.
Latanya, remember that.
Well, we do have some celebrations coming up. We do want to honor, it is the month of Ramadan is coming to a close soon, and we want to honor before then the Eid celebrations that are coming up for our members of our community who've been celebrating this month of fasting. Also this month, we honor autism and neurodiversity. This is a month we also reflect on child abuse prevention, deaf history, youth sports safety, and our Arab American history. These are all important things to really take into account and reflect on. This month, I am so proud of our financial team and our district financials office under Mr. Raphael Bafemi and Amanda Sitar will be hosting 4 communities discussions next week. The dates are next Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Please look on our website. There's lots of information of this. We also have a special Zoom session, virtual session. If you can't join it in person, please join us as we think about the planning of our tentative budget for next year. These are our opportunity to hear about the status of our budget, questions that are coming up for you, and also about how our schools are funded and the way in which we find our resources. We continue as a district to think about our 8 priorities. At our last board meeting, you heard a robust presentation around the 8 priorities. This evening, we'll continue that conversation as we think about the alignment between our 8 priorities and our equity policy that we are bringing to the board. These are not, I would say, ending points. These are starting places as we think about the work that needs to happen. These are beginning points. These are calls to action for us in terms of how we reflect and the systems that we need to put into place around supporting our students and our staff, and how do we strengthen who we are as a district. And last but not least, it is a month of sports, and so we want to reminder all our employees, we have our volleyball tournament this weekend for all employees. There will be 11 teams representing our schools and departments. We invite everyone to join the fun. Come out to OHS to support this coming Saturday starting at 10:30 a.m.
Can I play?
Say that again? A board team, yes. What's that? Yeah, we could. The challenge has been thrown out. I think that is a challenge for next year. Oh, wait, Jen Johnson is already stretching, getting ready. 7, okay, here we go.
Could be really bad.
Wrap you in bubble wrap.
Remember.
I need some knee pads. There's your goal.
Get over this.
Can we recruit younger people?
Yes, yes. So each one bring one. There we go. And as a reminder, if you really want to help your team to get the creative and capture the award for the best fans, so yes, you can come and win too. You can be fans. So with that, I want to thank everybody, and we also have some special shout-outs from our board members who are going to be helping with that. Thank you so much,
I will
board.
start. I want to thank the assistant principals, because last week was National Assistant Principal Week, and these extraordinary leaders show an unwavering commitment to our students and staff in the schools every single day. So thank you for all that you do.
Last week was also School Librarian Appreciation Day and Paraprofessional Appreciation Day. We want you all to know how much your care, support, and hard work are valued in our schools.
2 of our district alums are in upcoming productions at the Paramount Theater. Shout out to Amanda Drinkall for her role in A Streetcar Named Desire, which runs through April 21st, so get on over there quick. Get your tickets quickly. And Tiffany Topol, who stars as Carole King in Beautiful, beginning April 24th. Hopefully you can catch one, or preferably both, of their shows, and show your support for both our alumni and local theater.
Nice.
12 students from Oswego East High School participated in Waubonsie Community College's Automotive Department Signing Day, committing to training with technicians at local dealerships as a prerequisite for entrance into the highly competitive automotive program at the college.
Yay.
Kudos also to Oswego High School graduate Ashley Sanders for her contributions to the video game MLB The Show, which now offers the option of playing as a woman on the baseball field.
Okay.
That's right.
Thank you for being such a great role model, Ashley, to future generations of students with big aspirations.
Love it.
Ooh, I love that I got this one since I just heard the other day about one of my former students at Purdue who's studying engineering, who's on a team that got honored. So 12 Oswego East engineering students recently competed in the Illinois Design Educators Association's Regional CAD Design Competition at Waubonsie Community College, and 9 of them came home with medals in their events. Yes, two also qualified for the state competition at Illinois State University. Congratulations to these students and their instructors. We thank you so much.
Was Emma Kincaid in that group? Yes, she was.
Yeah.
All right.
Nice.
Proud mama moment.
That's awesome.
And last, congratulations to our students and staff who presented an incredible evening at Amplify. The presentations, the ideal sharing, the talent showcases, and illustrations of collaboration and rightful presence were impressive. Congratulations.
That concludes our comments.
Okay, we'll move on to 6.2, Student Ambassador Reports.
All right.
Boy, this is probably the earliest you've ever done this.
I know, this is so early. The sun's still out? Oh my goodness.
Sort of. It's out. Sort of.
A little bit. It was eclipsed.
Since the last board meeting, the SSAC was granted the opportunity to present our research to the Superintendent Advisory Group this Thursday, April 11th. Our dedicated committee is putting in lots of hard work to put together a presentation and develop recommendations based on our research and both the surveys that we provided to our peers and our teachers. We look forward to sharing our data as we take the next step to improve student-teacher relationships in SD308. We want to thank the members of the SSAC for all their hard work and commitment to the meetings and the needs of our students. Additionally, we want to thank you, Dr. Kelgati, and the Board of Education for your continued support of our research, belief in the SSAC, and our missions to elevate student voices within our schools and communities.
Thank you, Luke.
As mentioned earlier, right before spring break, the SSAC supported and some of us participated alongside the SD308 Coalition for our 3rd annual Amplify event. The event began with breakout sessions discussing a plethora of topics including religious freedom, racism, censorship, and rightful presence. These breakout sessions were home to many important and meaningful conversations where we were fully able to engage the audience on a one-on-one level. From there, we all moved to the Performing Arts Center for a variety of performances along with a panel discussion. We were also excited to collaborate with Boulder Hills Bobcat Celebrate Diversity Club, the Baby Coalition, as Dr. Waller fondly calls them, as they shared poems they created on who they are and gave a performance on the dangers of discrimination. Our students put on incredible performances along with an important and thought-provoking conversation. Thank you to all our attendees, and thank you to the vendors that came out to show their support, and also thank you for Dr. Waller for being the visionary behind this event.
Thank you, Isabel. All right, we'll move on to 6.3, the board member comments. Anyone would like to start?
Since we're doing shout-outs anyway, I want to recognize a couple of students from Oswego East. This past Saturday, Dr. Waller and Ms. Simulton and Ms. Finkley and I were at the NAACP Freedom Fund Gala, where 2 of our East students were awarded Sidney Finley Memorial Scholarships. So congratulations to Pilar Martinez and also to Hunter Brown. Good job.
Oh, I attended Amplify, a great event, along with other board members. You gave a perfect summary. right? Yeah. Yeah. When it resonates, there was a lot of resonating. So, I also attended that same day the MSA Fastathon. Another great event with guest speakers and students talking about the reason and purpose of fasting. Basically, understand what you have and that you have privilege and that you know, don't take it for granted. The things that you do have. Games followed and a wonderful meal. So that was my last couple of weeks. So, along with a lot of other things, but more committee work and stuff like that. So.
Anyone else?
I just have, I want to apologize for my absence in March. I was sick for the first board meeting in March and then had a planned scheduled vacation with family, much needed to get away with no Wi-Fi with my son and husband. So I highly recommend disconnecting if you can do that. So I want to apologize and thank you to the board for allowing me to get out of here for a little bit. But I did two things that I really wanted to talk about. They were a while ago, so I apologize. But at the end of February, the OE students put on a Black Student Showcase featuring Black excellence and essence. Isabel was there. It was absolutely mind-blowing. The talent in our district just continues to literally blow my mind. I didn't know what I was walking into. It was a fashion show. There was poetry. There was the purpose behind STEP, which was so beautiful that I didn't know. We had students who, the band was amazing, and students who did their own original song, and I just was blown away. And then also the College and Trade Expo on 3/6 that Joe put together, just as awesome. And I continue to applaud the district for letting our students know that college isn't the only way. There is trade, and there is armed services, and variety of ways that you can enter the community after you leave here. The last thing I wanted to share was that on April 24th, but it is in honor of the month of April, which is Sexual Assault Awareness Month, is Denim Day. So I encourage and invite everyone to wear denim on April 24th with me as a district of equity and of valuing and seeing all people. We must put a stop to victim blaming and destructive myths around sexual harassment and assault. And I thank our student board members for leading, and Dr. Waller for leading the way on understanding that this is an issue among students as well. Denim Day asks community members, elected officials, businesses, even students to wear jeans as a visible means of protest against the misconceptions surrounding sexual violence. Thank you.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
So I promise what I'm about to start saying is related to something at some point, but you'll have to bear with me here, right? So you'll see my hair is a little bit, it's a little out of control, but a few years back, probably about 4 or 5 years ago, I lost my oldest brother to cancer, and so I decided I was gonna grow my hair out. I was fortunate, I guess, to have kind of a full head of hair and mostly not gray. And then I lost my older brother suddenly last year. And so why is that related to any of this? I'll explain. For those that don't know, this is Blue and Green Spirit Week. It is National Donate Life Month. And my older brother was a donor. And the theme this year is Donors Are Superstars. And for those of us that have lost loved ones to cancer or suddenly to a massive heart attack, right? Either way, there is that feeling at times of hopelessness, right? And so you cling to things, if you will. And so for me, I've already started getting comments about my hair, definitely from my wife. And so you'll see me, I'm going to try and get through that stage that I hate so much, but the goal is to donate again. It's the least I can do, you know, and so please know that there are people out there. This is a tough month for a lot of people as they remember their loved ones. And I've found out just recently the amount of donations that my brother has been responsible for in multiple countries, multiple states, although I cry foul when they tell me that they donated his tendon, because I played him at basketball, and I'm telling you, I have questions about whether his tendons were really worth something, but they claim that they were. So we have families out there that have loved ones who are donors, and thank you for wearing blue and green today. I found blue, but I can't find anything that's blue and green, so I got work to do, I guess. So to those families out there, yes, your loved ones are superstars.
Real good. You got anyone else? Last week I attended Boulder Hill has a professional learning experience that they put on for their teachers. The teachers themselves do the presentations and the facilitation of these sessions. And I went over as what they call the referee. It's like an opportunity to like motivate and cheer on the staff, and so they have this experience prior to the students coming in the morning, and it was just beautiful to see the staff pouring into their peers, and they had numerous, maybe 10, 12 different topics that they were presenting on, and they allowed me the opportunity to take Boulder Hill Bucks, that's what they call them. I was able to pass those out, to the facilitators and to the attentive participants, and they were really excited to get them. And I'm like, they were like, you can give them as many as you want. So when I would give people 2, they were like, I get 2? I'm like, yeah. So it was a good time, and I really appreciated seeing the transformation that's happening at Boulder Hill. Just walking in, and the whole, the environment itself is so different than what it had been, and I could feel it. I saw it, and so I'm just encouraging that building to continue to make change and pour into their staff, and
We got them. We're gonna
Yeah.
keep pushing.
Okay. We're moving on to the consent agenda. Let's see, can I have a motion to approve the consent agenda, please?
Make a motion to approve all items under consent, including 7.1 minutes from the Board of Education meeting on March 18th, 2024, open and closed session, 7.2 to acknowledge all FOIA requests received by the district, and 7.3 to approve the field trips for overnight and or more than 200 miles.
Second.
Okay, before we go to the call, Heather, I'm going to put you on the spot because I know you can answer it. Can you just share with us what we are approving when it comes to 7.3 approval of field trips overnight, more than 200 miles? I just want for you to expound on that for us and for the public, so that they understand that why we do this, but then what we're not approving as well.
So right now, we take a variety of field trips. We've got field trips that are in town, in state, but we currently have a board policy that says there is board approval required for any field trip that exceeds 200 miles or is overnight. So those field trips are submitted to our executive director of high school, reviewed with the corresponding level director. They come through the principals. So the sponsor has filled out the application, been reviewed at the building level, and then at the district level. There is a variety of information collected as part of the application, from dates of the field trip, number of approximate students, chaperones. So there's criteria that we look at for both the field trip and the chaperones, cost of the field trip, and then most importantly, transportation. So that also gives our transportation department the opportunity to schedule or then make alternate arrangements. So because of our current board policy, the field trips under that umbrella are the ones that are the only ones that come to the board.
So we're not approving whether or not they go or not. We're not approving the process that took place before it got here, and what was or was not happening within that process, because I need our community to understand that we don't approve field trips?
No, the board is essentially approving as presented. So the field trips that come to the board through the field trip process, and it is only the field trips that meet those criteria. So we have many other field trips. There is, you know, as I mentioned, multiple layers of kind of part of the approval process. So some field trips take longer to make it through the process. You know, if there's questions at some level, they might have to go back and seek more information. But the board is approving just for the field trips to occur. They are first, as I mentioned, screened and reviewed by both building and district administration.
Okay, thank you. All right, we're ready.
Mr. Gatewood?
Aye.
Dr. Murillo?
Aye.
Ms. Johnson?
Aye.
Mr. Sharon?
Aye.
Ms. Simulton?
Aye.
Mr. Ploger?
Aye.
Ms. Fenman?
Aye.
Motion passes 7-0.
Okay. This evening, first off, we have 8.1 financial statements. Mr. Obafemi will discuss any updates regarding that. Are there any questions from the board regarding our variance report that's in here for our expenditures to date?
What I just would like to point out is that starting next fiscal year, we are developing a more robust budget tracking report that we will share with the board that is in more detail than what we have here. We're cooking that up, and it should go into effect July 1st with the 2025 budget. Now, the financial that we present to the board today includes a variance which looks at the budget to actual to date. And then the second page has to do with the investment report. As it stands right now, we're at $46.1 million in cash on hand. This is the toughest time of the year because we're waiting for our largest distribution of property taxes, which will come in late May, early June. So this is a tough time financially as far as cash flow is concerned, but we feel comfortable that we'll be able to weather it. And we will get, as I mentioned, the levy that was approved back in December, the 2023 levy, 55% of the estimated amount will be distributed by the different counties that we levy in by June. And that is actually the time of the year when we have the most cash. And then we make that work till September when we get a second installment, 45% of the actual levy. And we got to make that work till next June. So, yeah.
Can I ask one quick question?
Sure.
How, so the funds that we'll get after the first installment of real estate taxes, how soon does that get turned around?
How soon do we spend it?
No, how soon do we receive it?
We're supposed to receive it, the majority, 55% of that levy that was approved by the board, we're supposed to get that by no later than the end of June.
End
Okay.
of June.
Yes.
So June, taxes are due June 1st. We get it by the end of
Yes.
June.
Yes.
Okay.
And what the counties tend to do, they tend to just, they tend to assign it out as soon as they get it because they know it's been September since we've gotten any distribution and expenditures are being rolling. So, yeah.
Do we get partials?
We should get some money in May. They try to get us some money in May. But the biggest chunk of it will be in June. So we're waiting with bated breath to make sure we don't run.
And I'm not talking categoricals when I ask this question, but when do we get the state payments and the federal?
Now, the state comes regularly.
Right.
The state EBF comes every month. So that helps us a lot.
Okay.
During the interim period when we're waiting for the huge distribution that we're getting from the three counties. So what we've been doing is we've been doing cash flow analysis every month, monitoring our cash flow and making sure that we have enough. And as it stands right now, we do not anticipate running out of cash between now and the end of June. We're in good shape.
No tax anticipation warrants. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much. Next up, we have 8.2, Fox Chase.
Is he not going to announce the most important part?
Please.
Okay. About the meetings coming up that he's presenting.
Oh, yes. So just as a reminder, yeah, please, regarding our financial
I'm sorry.
projections.
We, Dr. Kelgati mentioned it, that's why
I
I
didn't mean to
didn't.
take your moment,
That's
so
why I
please
didn't say
repeat it
anything.
then.
As part of the budget development process for the fiscal year 2025 budget, we are doing a community budget workshop. And we're inviting everyone to come out. There will be 3 of them that we will, actually 4, that will present. The first one is next Tuesday, and then we have 2 on Wednesday. One at noon on Wednesday will be virtual. The next one will be in person, and then the one on Thursday will also be in person. What we've tried to do is strategically locate these budget workshop meetings to have one in each of the counties that we levy taxes from. So it will be in Kendall, Will, and Kane.
And we're gonna absolutely overwhelm our internet on Wednesday, April 17th.
Love it.
Because everybody's gonna be online.
I hope.
We would love to have as many people as possible so we can have a conversation about the budget development process, the district cash finances, really. We're developing the fiscal 2025 budget. We would love to share with everyone. It's exciting information that we can't wait to share.
And that precedes the board meeting on April 22nd, at which
Right.
point what will happen there?
April
share with the
22nd,
community.
what we will do then, we'll present the tentative budget to the board, and that budget will then be on display for 30 days. And then on June 3rd, we will approve the budget. Once we present it to the board for approval on the 22nd, then it'll be on display. We'll load the tentative budget on our website. We'll have it available in the finance office for anyone who wants to take a look at it. And then there'll be a public hearing that will be held after the 30 days on June 3rd, where there will be public comment available for anyone who wants to make comment about the tentative budget. And then the board will approve it after the public comment.
Can I
On June
repeat?
3rd.
Can I repeat that just in case anyone didn't hear? So for anyone wanting transparency on the budget, come on down and take a look. It's wide open, right?
We would love to have a conversation with folks.
There we go.
And it's more than just here's the budget. It's a workshop. That's
Yeah?
so that means explainer, right?
Yes, yes.
So
And we're also open to ideas.
which is
If there's
necessary.
something that we've overlooked, we know we're not perfect. We're doing the work that we can to put the district in the best position. So we'll be happy to engage and have conversation and dialogue with folks who show up. Please come on down and let's work together at the budget workshops. Thank you.
I do know that some of the comments that we've had, and some of the public comments, and it's been taken to heart and kind of helped steer the conversation and the priority, and just basically acknowledging that yes, we need to get there. And so this is great.
And on April 22nd, too, when we do the budget presentation here at the board, we will answer the question that was raised by Board Member Plozier about what will happen if we had 3 additional scenarios. During the March presentation, when we did the 5-year financial projection, Board Member Plozier asked the question, if we had 0 increase in evidence-based funding, what would the financial condition look like? We have the scenario that we'll talk about that. The second question is, if we had a scenario where there's no increase in CPI, in property tax levy, how would that impact the district finance? And the third and the final scenario, that I would call a doomsday scenario, is if we have no increase in ABF, no CPI increase in the property tax levy rate, how would that impact us financially? I will be happy to share that on the 22nd, and it will scare the heck out of everybody.
And can I remind everybody that once you see those numbers for EBF, it's an election year. This would be a great time to open up those lines of communication with your legislators.
Yes. It has been a game changer for us here. Thank you.
Thank you, board. Thank you. Fox Chase and Hunt Club, we have a Concrete 7 asphalt pavement rehabilitation. Mr. Obafemi and Mr. Queen.
Good evening. On March 21st, we had open bids RFP for the Fox Chase and Hunt Club parking lot rehabilitation. 6 contractors chose to participate. Geneva Construction came in at the low bid. Administration is recommending the contract be awarded to Geneva Construction for $479,000 with a $75,000 contingency, totaling $554,000. Any questions?
I have a strange question.
Shoot.
Does it cost more to rehabilitate a parking lot or build one from scratch? Do you know? And if you don't know, I'm not holding you to this.
Yeah, it costs more to totally rehabilitate.
Thank you.
Depending on when you catch it, it's in our advantage to seal and coat those things when we can. So, but yes, absolutely.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes.
Mr. Queen, can you just explain the things were declining and why were they declining them? Because I don't understand that at all.
They're what ifs, right? So the project coming in at that base bid is good, and with the 75,000 contingencies, those were extra bids that we were asking for to cush the deal a little bit, but we don't feel they're needed in this project, and we think we can get this project done with the amount that we want awarded.
Thank you.
Can you talk about the timeline?
Timeline?
Yes, sir.
So we're dialing in that now. This just happened, so we're looking to start as soon as school lets out. And I was told the process will take from 2 to 3 weeks from start to completion. So we're looking to have these wrapped up before the end of June.
I know a lot of parents at Hunt Club and Fox Chase. Thank you.
Hunt Club is by far our worst
Yes.
location that we need to tackle. Fox Chase, we're only doing about 90%, but that front half is pretty good, and we're going to attack that with some seal coating and striping to get a little more life out of that parking lot. And then this is part of that presentation that I was giving you guys, being proactive. We're going to dive into this and try to nail a couple of these every year like we do with roofs and boilers and chillers. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Queen. Next this evening, Board, for 8.3, we're bringing back to you, Board, an opportunity to review our equity policy that's been developed and give the Board a chance to reflect. And Dr. Waller and Dr. Kincaid will be leading this.
I know there's a PowerPoint. Do you all need the Powerpoint?
We have it.
Okay,
Well,
all
I'd
right.
like
I was just
yeah.
making sure. I'm like, wait. So thank you all for creating the space for us to dialogue around the equity policy. The committee has spent a lot of time collaborating on what this should look like, incorporating all of your feedback. And so we're ready, right? So I'm just excited to share with you and bring it back again. So I know that you've seen this, but we wanted to make sure we provided a rationale for why we need this equity policy. And so this is the data that we utilized. We wanted to make it clear as we look at our district by race, how diverse we are, right? 47% of our students identify as white, yet we know that there are very many identity markers within that space. And then 53% of our students, just about, are students of color. And so from this space, we wanted to highlight some of the discipline disparities that we've seen among our marginalized populations in our district. And so as you can see, our Black students and our Hispanic students are leading, unfortunately, in our out-of-school suspension data. And this is an important percentage because, as I said previously, when you look at this, our Black students make up 11% of the population, and our Latinx, Latina students make up 26.7%. So there's a disparity in them leading with our out-of-school suspensions. Additionally, the team pulled together our IEP information. So we have about 15.2% of students with IEPs in our district. The Equity Committee pays a lot of specific attention to the intersectionalities of our students, understanding that their journeys at times can be doubly impacted based on who they are. And so from there, as you can see, our students who have IEPs are at a disparaging rate as far as their out-of-school suspensions. From there, we also felt it was important for us to look at our data for our students who have Fs, so looking at those demographics as well. And though we do not have many Indigenous students, it is still very important for us to notice that they are leading within that space. And so though it is a smaller group, that means that we can target how we support and lift and validate their identities through this policy and in several other ways. And then as you can see, the trends for our students who are failing in different courses is also Black and Hispanic, Latinx, Latine. I have to say all the options. And so looking at this piece here, these are our students with IEPs as well as our multilingual learners. So we wanted to pull that information as well. Again, this data paints a picture for why it's necessary for us to move forward with these steps. And so previously when we went around in the circle, we did add that we looked at several school districts to guide us in how we wanted to develop the equity policy as well as the success indicators. We looked at District 203, we looked at District 204, we looked at Batavia, we looked at Elgin. And so the committee worked together to take some of those pieces, but then ultimately determine what's best for our district. So this is our intro for the policy. I'm going to be quiet and give you a moment to read. And this is our next area, so kind of give you some wait time as we continue to delve into our intention and purpose for our policy, just making sure that we're making it clear that though we do understand and recognize that race is a significant conversation that must take place regarding equity, we are focused not only on race, but also religious freedom, identity, language, socioeconomic status, sexual orientation, zip code, ability, and again, the intersections of what that looks like. And so the next couple of slides, or there's 3 slides, these are our SD308 commitments. We do have the SD308 call to action attached within that policy. And luckily for all of us, Mr. Jeremy Bell and Bailey Campbell are present tonight if you have questions about that call to action. But what we recognize about a policy is that it's phenomenal to have one, but it's not going to be good enough if we don't attach action to it, because we need to make sure that we are going to be doing what we say we believe in. And so with this, here are our commitments. I'll pause again. The next slide. We want to highlight the multiple pathways. We want to be actively, positively encouraging and supporting our students, having those high expectations. Believe it or not, high expectations is one of the #1 interventions for all students, but particularly for our students of color. And so we've also been in collaboration with every department, so we are also looking to make sure that we are living and breathing this in various departments. So looking at professional learning, how we are hiring, recruiting, and retaining. There's a lot of moving parts here. And fortunately, within the Equity Committee, we have representation from all of these departments. So everyone was able to come in together and name and identify and commit to these pieces. And then these are our last 3. All right. And I just want to make sure that I honor the individuals who came together to work so diligently on putting this equity policy together, supporting the district's call to action, and then super excited, I know, the success indicators draft is what will be coming next. And so the success indicator also supports the equity policy, also supports what we are doing and collaborating with Dr. Paul on MTSS and the school improvement process. So, are there questions?
Questions or feedback?
And feedback.
So can I ask, so I'm not gonna jump ahead, but I just want you to think about something, and I don't know, I'm sure you probably already have, around your success indicators, right? Because for me, what I would like and hope that we are going to do is address the systemic inequities, right? Because, you know, the data that most people often see is around outcomes, right? And we know that students don't fail, systems fail. So
Correct.
what is it about our systems that are resulting in inequities for our students? And if we don't address that, then, so I didn't know where that's gonna fall, but for sure, we need some type of, I know that there are things out there that are different from equity audits, because, you know, you wanna attack the domains that need changing. So what tools will we use to assess those domains that need changing? You know, is it culture and climate? We know it's culture and climate. We know it's student engagement. We know it's critical inquiry. We know all of these things, and we just need to address them. So how are we gonna do it?
So
That's not big at all.
that was a lot.
Well, it's a great
I was
connection.
going to start with the
Dr. Law
indicators.
and then Dr. Kincaid.
That sounds good. Thank you so much, Dr. Kincaid. We got this. So I just want to start with this. And obviously there's a lot more thorough information coming. So the areas of the success indicators that the equity department, as well as the committee and working with every department, are focused on is around gifted, from elementary to junior high to also high school, looking at representation, our processes and procedures on how we test students to get into that program at third grade, and really having an honest conversation about if they do not have access at that level, then how are they going to be successful when they get to select these things at the high school level. So we've met with everyone around that. Very fruitful conversations around what exactly we're doing and what exactly we need. Everything from having a robust Tier 1 universal all access and collaborating with NTSS to reviewing our benchmark assessment and making sure that it is available in the languages necessary for our students. We've also worked with the multilingual learner department, or EL department. We've also worked with special education, human resources. We are going to have a rightful presence statement. We actually have an LGBTQ statement as well. We work with the discipline department and elementary discipline and Mastery Connect as another piece. So within each of those spaces, and I may have missed one, but within each of those spaces, there have been like long conversations about what we do in this district and how we can eliminate, lessen those inequities coupled with professional learning, because that's such a huge piece of what is happening. But then also making sure that as we are fostering a clear direction for success for these inequities, that we are also working together to lift school improvement and lift MTSS. This is the part that is going to marry it, where we're saying this is the state of where we are, this is where we need to go, this is how we're going to get there, utilizing these pieces. And so having the experience with working, collaborating, and developing these A priorities honestly has been even more helpful to make sure that we have a clear direction on where we're going with those success indicators. And now I'll pass the mic.
Thank you, Dr. Waller. Two other things that I'd like to just add to the information that was shared is there's already been discussions and planning with Dr. Paul and the junior highs about opening up course selection, to Dr. Waller's point, to get additional students on track of available courses. So while, course selection has gone for this coming fall, as we think about new courses and pathways leading into, because it comes fast and furious in August and September, that's the work that has already started planning for 2026. The other lens is enhanced parent collaboration and communication around course selection and opportunities that Dr. Waller has spoken about. So I think those are the two other pieces to build out opportunities through an equitable lens to all students.
So, and I would add to that, that's perfect. And another piece, we are looking at an equity toolkit that was shared with us by some special people. So we are certainly looking at that as well. But we are also looking at who we are going to collaborate with. This school year, we've been fortunate enough to have Dr. Godi Muhammad step in some spaces with our teachers on cultivating genius in that particular pilot. We are working with Ernest Krim and developing what that will look like to work with him next school year. And courageous conversation with Mr. Glenn Singleton, as that was a pretty powerful experience that we just had. So we are, making those steps to determine these collaborations so that we can be consistent about how we're moving forward.
Thank you.
I was just going to add one more thing, that the curriculum audit that we just did has a huge focus on equity, and they looked at so many different avenues, and that will come back in a very formal report with suggestions to overcome some of those specific obstacles that you were talking about.
Who did the equity audit?
It was all part of the,
It's a part of the curriculum. I just don't.
Just put it on the name of the company.
Yeah.
sorry.
You can restate it. CMSI.
Yeah, CMSI, it's all part of the curriculum audit, but we specifically looked for an entity with a focus on equity.
Oh, yeah, that
And they did ask me a lot of questions about equity.
Yeah, no, that was amazing. I thought that was amazing.
Yeah.
So when you said equity audit, I got confused because I thought.
She said curriculum
okay.
audit, yeah.
I was thinking equity audit, okay.
I have not watched the entire last board meeting, so I apologize if this has been covered, but I did have and chew over this with Dr. Calgatti this week. I've read this so many times, and I just want to thank you, everyone that has put into the work, that has put the work into this, and recognize that none of the administrators can do anything if the board doesn't make a policy. So this is a long time coming. But I have a few questions very specific to the policy. In the opening paragraph, one of the things that I have been thinking a lot about is where does this equity policy fit in our policy manual, but also in our journey, right? And it's really about what is the goal of education. And I think this board, we may not agree on everything, but we do agree that this is one of our main goals. But with that, knowing that every single student has a very unique journey, I do feel that all students will meet or exceed college and or career-ready standards is important, but I also think that there is something beyond that. I think that there are some students, and I really mulled over what that word was, whether it was community-ready or future-ready, and I think that's maybe a little bit what's missing in there. Not everybody's going to go to college. Not everybody's going to have a career, if you will, like an accountant or a lawyer or a doctor. Some people are just going to be parents. Some people are going to be community activists. But as I've sat in this seat over the last couple of years, I've realized how we really have a little bit of a gap in our community with adults that are community ready, adults that are future ready, adults that know, where to vote, how to vote, when to vote, adults that know how things work and so forth. So I really would love to see a little bit of that captured there, because I think we do have a responsibility for bringing students that are ready to vote, bringing students that know how to use a debit card and a checkbook and all these other things, but it doesn't necessarily fall into a career or a college or a trade. college is important. I don't think we should ever stop pushing that, but I think that is something that I would love to see there. Secondly, in the third, I guess, paragraph it is, SD308 will continue to modify its practices. I think that should be an ongoing, continuously monitor and modify. I think that is something that is important, that it might be working right now, but it might not be working in 2 or 3 years, or maybe we've moved along our equity continuum, but there's still more to do. If we ever figure it all out, I mean, we've really hit the golden jackpot. So.
What was the proposed
And then the last
recommendation?
thing, the very last sentence, I'm hoping that we can say, updated action plans and progress towards these commitments shall be reported to the board annually and available on the website for community and stakeholder review. I think if we do not have it in front of us all the time, like I started carrying our values with me so that I always am referencing them. I think if we put it up there and we are transparent and it's up there and everybody sees it, that will be more prone to making it reality. Just thoughts, looking for
No, I love it.
feedback.
I was just wondering, okay, well, one, I need to take a picture of what you just said so I can write it. But I was wondering, because this is under the governing, can I frame it so that it's the board requests? Because I want the language to be. Does that make sense? Okay.
I think that's where it stands. Yes.
Is that okay? I just wanted to make sure, and then. I just wanted to also make sure to capture monitor and modify. So I'll have that piece in there. And then in the beginning paragraph, which I really love that you pushed that, and Dr. Kilgadi has actually talked about the college career and community piece. And so in this beginning, let me go back. Sorry. In the beginning paragraph, it talks about them become contributing members to society. So what I'm wondering is, if we can add a caveat, but can we make it a commitment? So like we have these commitments, can we give it its own line as far as commitment?
However you
Okay.
feel in your committee and the team, the administrators feel it is necessary, I just want to make sure that we are covering everybody. And we are, what if somebody's like, but wait, I'm not going to college, I don't even know what I want to do as a career, but I need to go out and I need to get a job and I need to create a life for myself. Have we done things within our power to make them able to do that kind of thing? So, I mean, I would also love to see a line where we could count back change, but okay, I won't do that. We can make that part of our finances. But no, seriously, that's just what I want. I think that if, and I'll use a very personal example. I happened to take my son and 2 of his friends recently to Altitude, the trampoline park. And some things were exchanged with another really large group of kids that was very unfortunate. There was a lot of racial things towards my friend's sons. I went to talk to adults and we could not have a conversation. And it really hit home. And I was like, I just want us to talk as adults. We have to get back as a community to being able to talk to each other about things. And I think if we can teach our students how to find those ways where we align and the things that are the same, we had a great, a session we attended at our board conference, and it talked about just starting to talk to someone and say pizza, okay, pepperoni, and then you were like, what could we find that we actually agree about? The fact that I can't talk to other adults and have this opportunity to talk about what our kids exchanged with each other is very concerning to me as a community member. And even if those students don't stay in the Oswego community, knowing that they're out there in another community and they came from us, and so we want them to represent us and we want to represent them, I just think is really, really important. I want to make sure we cover everyone, which leads me to one last little really nitty-bitty thing is when we say zip code, disability, et cetera. I hate et cetera. It's like, who's et cetera? So I know why we're putting it in there, but it's just a personal pet peeve, so thank you.
Well, identity, we could change that. Yeah, we need to make that.
Okay, yeah,
Well,
you can.
it's a good
yeah,
catch.
you
There
can
are other
say-
ways to explain the idea and other relevant identities or intersections.
I was gonna say at the same time, I want something noted in there still, so I don't want to just take it out because like when the first thing I know what he said. I heard him. I'm just saying. I don't want it taken out and just completely ignored. I heard everybody, Dominic. Thank you. Because you want to talk about personal stories. When first thing I always explain when I talk about equity is like my son's milk allergy, right? And you know, for those who don't, you know, and the reason I start there is because it doesn't have to be right. Now, it does need to have that, right, but it doesn't have to always be those things. And I think my point is we sometimes cross equity and we don't realize it. So I'm fine with us coming up with something besides et cetera, but I don't want it being, yes, thank you.
I got you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, and this will come to the board next meeting for action, but in between, if there are other recommendations, please send them this way so that we can have a representative document that
Why
was.
does it have, I'm just wondering, like, if I wanted to.
More time?
Yeah, does anybody need more time?
I do want to say one thing, which is, I was going to say, was thank you. I wanted to say thank you because I'm not going to call the person out even though they're in the room because I know they're like me, kind of, they're humble. But when I go to, my mom lives in Bickford, and when I'm driving Bickford on a Sunday and I see people in your team working at the Ad Center on a Sunday morning, that's pretty impressive stuff. So, yeah. But I won't call them out because I know they're like me. They're a little humble, so they don't want me to do that maybe. Maybe they do, but they'll tell me later.
All right, thank you. Next item, draft Board of Education meeting calendar, 24-25, 8.4. Any questions related to this? No? Okay.
That's what you said now.
Thank you.
All right.
That concludes our
Look at
consent
us.
agenda.
We are moving along. 9.1, action item, approval of bills for payment. Can I have a motion, please?
Make a motion to authorize the payment of bills in the amount of $4,330,177.74 as presented.
Second.
Ms. Venmus,
Aye.
Dr. Maria,
Aye.
Mr. Cerrone,
Aye.
Ms. Simonson,
Aye.
Mr. Gatewood,
Aye.
Ms. Johnson,
Aye.
Mr. Ploger.
Aye.
Motion passes 7-0. Action item 9.2, approval of high school sports girls wrestling. Can I have a motion, please?
Make a motion to approve the addition of girls wrestling in SD308.
Second.
All right, now, Dr. Kelgatti, you wanted to.
Yeah, I
address-
wanted to bring up why this is coming tonight, and Dr. Kincaid?
Yes, so when we originally presented the additional of IHSA sports for school year 25, the information presented was girls lacrosse, boys lacrosse, and girls wrestling. But when we voted in action at our last meeting, the motion just stated lacrosse. So we wanted to make sure that we were clear and transparent with our community. So we wanted to bring this forward so that we had girls wrestling also present in a motion.
Official.
Yes.
Make it official.
And I'm going to repeat then from what I said last time, which is, you know, I appreciate the explanation last time about the process. So we don't have to go back down that road unless you want to. But again, you know, anytime something's brought in front of me and you say, hey, we're going to include more students, I'm of course going to say yes. I just want us to be cognizant of things that we've done to our junior high sports and where we're at with all those things as well. So,
Thank you.
Dr. Maria,
Aye.
Ms. Johnson,
Aye.
Mr. Ploger,
aye.
Mr. Cerrone,
Aye.
Mr. Gatewood,
Aye.
Ms. Venmus,
Aye.
Ms. Simonson.
Aye. Motion passes 7-0. Action item 9.3, approval of student rights and responsibilities handbook. Can I have a motion, please?
Make a motion to approve the 2024-25 Student Rights and Responsibilities Handbook as presented.
Second.
And I just want to say again, thank you to everyone who worked on this. It was a great job.
Got to get them home so they can watch the game.
Aye.
Dr. Maria,
Aye.
Mr. Cerrone,
Aye.
Ms. Simulton,
Aye.
Mr. Gatewood,
Aye.
Ms. Johnson,
Aye.
Mr. Ploger.
Aye.
Motion passes 7-0. Action item 9.4, approval of resolution authorizing loans totaling $15,900,000 from the working cash fund to the educational fund and the transportation fund. Can I have a motion, please?
Make a motion to authorize a loan totaling $15,900,000 from the working cash fund to the educational fund, $7,900,000, and the transportation fund, $8 million.
Second.
Can we just have a really quick explanation why we do this?
Of course, Mr. Obafemi.
So as it relates to the transportation fund, we actually ended the year, last year, in a deficit of $5 million in the fund balance. By law, we cannot have a deficit in the fund balance. So we had to transfer $5.1 million to cover that. And this year to date, in the transportation fund, we have a negative of about $3 million already. So we're transferring, then what we're doing is borrowing from our bank, which is the working cash, to plug the deficit until we get our tax receipt. And we have 3 years to pay that back. And as it relates to the ed fund, as I mentioned earlier, we're pretty low to right now because of the timing of our receipt. So in order to, so essentially what we're doing, we're borrowing from ourselves instead of borrowing from somewhere else. The way the state school code works is the working cash fund is the bank for the school district. So instead of going out and issuing bonds to do a TAW where we borrow money, we have all the cost of issuance, and we also pay interest. We're borrowing from each other, and we'll pay it back once we get tax distribution in June without having to pay interest. And we also have 3 years to pay, but we'll pay it back when we get our money in June.
And I think it's important to note that this is the advantage when you have money in reserve, yes.
Thank you.
Yes, it is.
Well, I would imagine you're having some sleepless nights, right? Because you was like, we're cutting it close.
Not really.
No?
We
I was gonna
just,
say, better not be.
not really.
I'm like, that's not how you do that.
Because we
It's
just,
like
No,
2
not at
months,
all.
right, to get
we
the
do our
tax
cash flow
anticipation works.
projections. We're doing our cash flow projections on a daily basis. So we have a good idea how much we need, how much we're spending.
Yeah, earlier you
So,
said
yeah.
comfortable.
Yeah.
So that's not gonna, I'm like, if I heard cutting it close, I would.
Yeah. If we were getting to the point where I can't sleep at night, we'll probably have done a TAW
Oh.
because we don't want to
Yeah.
send out paycheck that we won't be able to
Yep.
to negotiate. So it's not that close.
Okay, very
Thank you.
good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for stating it out loud.
Yeah.
Mr. Cerrone,
Aye.
Mr. Gatewood,
Aye.
Ms. Johnson,
Aye.
Mr. Ploger,
Aye.
Ms. Venmus,
Aye.
Dr. Maria,
Aye.
Ms. Simulton,
Aye. Motion passes 7-0. Action item 9.5, approval of residency program. So,
This item is there's a motion to move it to the next month. Dr. Zwemke?
Yes, correct. We are in a good space with NCTR. We just have this still in attorney review, and we'll bring it on April 22nd.
I'm going to make it. I should make the motion before they have the conversation.
Yeah.
So can I have a
Excuse me.
motion to postpone the approval of the residency program to a future meeting, please?
Make a motion to postpone the residency program with the National Center for Teacher Residencies as presented.
Second.
Okay, now we can have the conversation. Go ahead.
Hello
Dr.
again.
Zwemke?
Just trying to follow Robert's rules. That's all.
No, thank you.
Getting like really like deja vu here.
What
Yeah.
he said.
Our attorneys have reviewed. Their attorneys are in the process of reviewing the contract. We will bring a contract to you April 22nd.
Dr. Maria,
Aye.
Ms. Venmus,
Aye.
Mr. Cerrone,
Aye.
Ms. Simulton,
Aye.
Mr. Gatewood,
Are we voting to postpone it?
Yes.
Aye.
Ms. Johnson,
Aye.
Mr. Ploger.
Aye.
Motion passes 7-0. Action item 9.6, approval of agreement with Asset Control Solutions. Can I have a motion, please?
Make a motion to approve the agreement with Asset Control Solutions in the amount of $37,500.
Second.
I just want to say a big, 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 big thank you. Raphael, Amanda, thank you. This is huge. Really appreciate it.
Can you share a little bit about the significance, just so that we go on?
What it is part of GASB 34, Government Accounting Standard Board. School districts and governmental entities are supposed to have a way to measure the assets, a fixed asset of the organization. And I believe for the last 8 years or so, we as a district, we have not complied with that. So it's a way to have a true value of all the assets that we have. That would be any assets over 500, even our buildings, the value of it, the work that we've done to improve it, which raises the value of the asset. And you do that for a good annual financial report, and also you do that for insurance too. But we haven't done that in the last 8 years. So this is our attempt to actually comply with that requirement. As a matter of fact, we had a meeting with an audit firm today, since you asked me to speak to it. In the past, we haven't had a annual financial report completed till February. And you were actually required to have it completed no later than December. So what we've talked to the auditor about is to have it completed by November. We like to do stuff early instead of doing it late. So we met with them today, and they provided us the list of things that they would need in order for us to have it done. So they booked us in for August for them to do on-site visit. In the meantime, we're going to be sending the pre-work document to the firm, and they will have most of what they need before they come here. They will have it by June, so that by the time they come here in August, they will have all the papers that they need to be able to do on-site testing.
And to echo what Jen's saying, this is how stuff is supposed to run and look, and that's only going to help when it comes to building confidence with the community. So,
Thank you. Huge undertaking, and I can tell you that Mary Jo and Dominic and I were a little shocked that we didn't have that going. So we're very grateful. It's a huge undertaking, and thank you both.
More than a little, but yes, more than a little shocked.
Ms. Redmond?
Aye.
Ms. Simulton?
Aye.
Mr. Saron?
Aye.
Mr. Ploger?
Aye.
Mr. Gatewood?
Aye.
Dr. Maria?
Aye.
Ms. Johnson?
Aye.
Motion passes 7-0. Action item 9.7, approval of building administrator contracts. Can I have a motion, please?
make a motion to approve the building administrator contract as presented.
Second.
Maybe I can
Sorry.
second my own.
I didn't know if we were doing sign language.
Mr. Ploger?
Aye.
Dr. Maria?
Aye.
Ms. Simulton?
Aye.
Mr. Saron?
Aye.
Ms. Johnson?
Aye.
Mr. Gatewood?
Aye.
Ms. Venman?
Aye.
Motion passes 7-0.
And with that, we want to congratulate Kelly Moretz. She's here. You wanna say
Welcome to
anything?
SD 308.
Well, all right. Well, welcome to the community.
All right, action item 9.8, approval of building administrator contracts for 2024-25. Can I have a motion, please?
Make a motion to approve the building administrator contracts for 2024-25 as discussed and presented.
Second.
Sorry, I got lots of this, but I just want to say, like, I remember doing so many school visits and sitting with so many building administrators, and we've lost some good ones over the years, and there's some who have stuck with us, and whatever we can do to show them that we appreciate them. So they're important.
Long overdue.
Yep.
Ms. Simulton?
Aye.
Ms. Venman?
Aye.
Mr. Saron?
Aye.
Dr. Maria?
Aye.
Mr. Gatewood?
Aye.
Ms. Johnson?
Aye.
Mr. Ploger?
Aye.
Motion passes 7-0. Action item 9.9, approval of resolution for dismissal of probationary part-time teachers. Can I have a motion, please?
Make a motion to approve the resolution authorizing dismissal and non-reemployment of probationary part-time teachers and teachers hired on a temporary contract.
Second.
Mr. Saron,
Aye.
Mr. Gatewood,
Aye.
Ms. Johnson,
Aye.
Mr. Ploger,
Aye.
Ms. Venmus,
Aye.
Dr. Maria,
Aye.
Ms. Simulton.
Aye. Motion passes 7-0. Action item 9.10, approval of resolution for dismissal of first and second year teachers. Can I have a motion, please?
Make a motion to approve the resolution authorizing dismissal and non-reemployment of first and second year probationary teachers.
Second.
Mr. Gatewood,
Aye.
Dr. Maria,
Aye.
Ms. Johnson,
Aye.
Mr. Ploger,
Aye.
Ms. Simulton,
Aye.
Mr. Saron,
Aye.
Ms. Venmus.
Aye.
Motion passes 7-0. Action item 9.11, approval of personnel report. Can I have a motion, please?
Make a motion to approve the personnel report as presented.
Second.
Mr. Saron,
Aye.
Mr. Gatewood,
Aye.
Ms. Johnson,
Aye.
Mr. Ploger,
Aye.
Ms. Simulton,
Aye.
Dr. Maria,
Aye.
Ms. Venmus.
Aye.
Motion passes 7-0. 10.1, can I have a motion to go?
What? Oh, sorry.
I'm so sorry. Can I have a motion to go back into closed session?
I make a motion to enter closed session under statutes 5 ILCS 120/2C1, the appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of certain employees and individuals, 5 ILCS 120/2C2, collective negotiating matters between the public body and its employees or their representatives, or deliberations concerning salary schedules for one or more classes of employees, 5 ILCS 120/2C11, litigation when an action against, affecting, or on behalf of the particular public body has been filed and is pending before court or administrative tribunal, or when the public body finds that an action is probable or imminent, in which case the basis for the finding shall be recorded and entered into the minutes of the closed session meeting.
Dr. Maria,
Aye.
Mr. Gatewood,
Aye.
Ms. Johnson,
Actually.
Mr. Saron,
Aye.
Ms. Simulton, Mr. Ploger,
Aye.